Today, though, it's the story still dominating the news. Searches are continuing for 19-year-old Jay Slater in Tenerife after he disappeared almost a fortnight ago. Social media is dominated by conspiracy theories and online sleuths guessing what has happened to him. We hope, of course, he's found safe and well, but with a lot of misinformation being spread, should these social media detectives be in some way punished? I mean, I don't know how you go about that, but it's just a complete free rein online to say what you want. And there's an anonymity as well, or a sense of it, that I'm typing it. So really what I say maybe doesn't matter, or maybe it's hurtful, but again, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of things to try to police, but I don't know what the answers are to that.
Well, I don't know how you police social media. I mean, it's a minefield, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, I've obviously been reading things online, and some of it is, you know, when people are just kind of guessing, oh, I wonder if this happened to him, or maybe it's because of this, I can kind of deal with that. But the nastiness I can't deal with, not just with him, but with anyone, you know, when they start to turn nasty because whatever you think this is somebody's loved one, whatever he's done, they love him. And I think that can be quite hurtful for anyone involved. So I think that's quite sad. But equally, I have to say that in some respects, it's fabulous now, social media, because social media and people on it have found a lot of people and have helped the police massively if it's done the right way. You know, the perfect example is don't mess with cats. It wasn't called mess. I can't say the other word. But, you know, it was only because of certain people on Facebook that they caught that killer, you know, serial killer, actually. And so in that respect, it was good. It's good for everyone to be on the lookout. You know, in America, I love this thing that as soon as a child goes missing in America, there's an alert goes out on everyone's mobile phone. So it makes you aware of it. But I think it's the conspiracy theorists and the people that think they actually are Miss Marple or whoever drive me insane. You know, and can make it worse.
There was an online safety bill which was set out to protect children and adults online. The bill was passed in October 2023. They made it a legal content the platforms will need to remove includes hate crime and inciting violence. I assumed that that was the case anyway, but clearly it wasn't. However, there's very little mention on how the bill would tackle misinformation. That's the bit you can't police that. So we're all reading things all of the time that just aren't true. And it influences, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm just annoyed. I find social media can be such a toxic place. Not always, and there's a lot of... I've had a lot of really positive content too. But, you know, just recently, like below one of my posts, it was just full of the most vile, racist comments, and I'm really done with it. I'm really just sick and tired of it because, you know, I pay my taxes. I've lived here all my life. My family lived here all their lives. Like, it should be done and dusted now. The colour of my skin should no longer be an issue to you. I'm a real person. Perhaps you want to look behind that. Just going to say that. But what I think... The thing that annoys me with trolling is that it's a digital footprint. Right? It stays there forever unless you choose to delete it. But even if someone's got a screenshot of when you originally took it or said it, it's still there. Like, do you want this history, this pattern, your legacy to be spreading hatred or, you know, unkindness or conspiracies that are going to hurt other people? I think people just need to think. Everything that you say on social media can be and will probably be read by that person. If you're going to tag them, it's highly likely that they're going to read it. And you're not seeing the knock-on effects on that family. This family in particular going through what they're going through. Whatever the circumstances of that boy's history, it's a real mum who's dealing with the loss or the loss as in not being able to find her child. So let's just think about things before we say them. And I just think it does need to be policed. That's my opinion.
You often wonder, don't you, Judy, whether it's OK writing something sort of anonymously, but if you were to meet the person face-to-face, would they say the same thing?
Yeah, it's true. I think, a lot of people, you know, keyboard warriors, as they call them, and it's such a hard one because we say police it, but, man, we ain't got no money left to be adding any more pressure to the police. But at the same time, what I will say is that sometime, you know, I've seen things with, you know, people who have gone missing or things that have happened, and it's the people on the ground that actually know the truth, what's going on, and there's a community that knows what's happening, and the little messages or the little videos that they have made has helped the police. So it's really just about getting that balance, and the ones that are fueling hatred or fear or being prejudiced, those are the ones that need to be locked down. But there is some times where the people underground are knowing what's happening. Look, the police at the end of the day, yes, they're trained, but they are human people like us that actually it's a bit about instincts. And sometimes you might be that one person who did see that person walking down the road, who did hear that conversation of someone saying they wanted to do this and maybe write something on social media and could actually help someone. The main thing, as long as it helps.
Yeah, of course. And that's with all of the cases that we've come across. I think it's just there's such a fascination with crime right now, isn't it? I know I speak. My sister could watch it all day long.
I think, do you know what I think it is? I think it's about the feeling of we see so much in real life and never really get much of the answer or what happened. So for me, when you watch these kind of documentaries, you see the full holistic, understanding of what happened, what the person was like before, what was the build-up, what was the evidence. And I think that gives you some kind of, I know it's sad to say, but some kind of closure and some kind of escapism that when these brutal things happen, hopefully sometimes it will be solved.
Yeah, very true.